teaching ATVs, motorcycles, snowmobiles. He's Greek. What's he know about a snowmobile? But he's a fantastic instructor. And he didn't have a motorcycle when he first got here. So I lent him an old BMW K100 that I had. Chris, this is for you. It's all insured. It's all legal. Away you go. Oh, thank you very much. 3 months later, I leave work last, lock alarms. He had to stop for gas. So as I'm approaching the gas station, he darts out and he's heading towards Highway 400, the way to get back to Barrie, where we both live. And I'm thinking to myself, don't go on the 400 southbound on Sunday afternoon. It's all cottage, congested, stop and go traffic. But I saw my old bike lean over, really aggressive speed on the on-ramp. Off he goes. Well, he was on a 1986 K100, very nice bike, wouldn't be thought of as super fast. I was on a brand new Yamaha FZ1, which is like a gentleman's R1, much faster than an 86 BMW. So I lit up my bike and I thought, well, I want to ride with Chris. I crank it around the on-ramp. I get on the 400 south. He's gone. Very, very heavy traffic. I can't see him. Then a kilometer away as he crests a hill, I see my bike charging between lanes of traffic at a very high rate of speed. He's white lining or lane splitting because he's from Greece. This is what you do. I went right to his house. I got there a few minutes later. My bike is going tick, 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 tick as the hot metal changes temperature. It never went tick, tick, tick when I got off it. And I'm banging on the door. I was a little fired up. And he just didn't understand it. But in Europe, lane splitting, if you go there, is a fantastic way to get places faster and more efficiently. But don't do it here. A, it's against the law. And even if it becomes legal, be very, very careful of possessive lane ownership. Now, we talked about stopping in traffic. When you took your safety course, I bet this happened. You stopped and you looked up eagerly at the instructor to get input on how good you had done your stop that was new to you. And your instructor said, yeah, that was a good stop, but you just got hit by a milk truck because you forgot to shoulder check. So what we do at our school, because most people forget to do it, we're there to help you. So what we do is we take a string, we tie it from your left boot up to the front of your full face helmet. So when you put your foot down at a stop, the string jerks your head around and you perform a fantastic shoulder check. If you ride with an open face beanie helmet, just hold the rope in your teeth and that really works. If you ride like, I'm kidding, honest, obviously, but it's critically important that you shoulder check at a stop. Now, many people say to me, you know what? You keep going on about this shoulder checking every time I stop. I got mirrors on my bike. True, but every mirror of every vehicle doesn't show the whole picture behind us. There's a blind spot. And when I first started teaching, I didn't know what the blind spot, I didn't know what that was called. I was quite young. It's not a coffee shop near the CNIB. It's a part of the mirror that doesn't show what traffic is doing behind you. The biggest vehicles have the biggest blind spots. So transport trucks, if you're riding a certain spot beside the trailer, that driver can't see you in their mirrors. So a rule of thumb, when you're in traffic, if you can't see the driver's face in their left door side mirror, they can't see you. So don't ride in the blind spots. But getting back to mirrors, I don't think mirrors show you enough vision behind you. So I still recommend doing a quick shoulder check. Also, and I'm not cutting up any particular brands. I don't want any horrible emails from certain V-twin riders. A lot of our bikes at a stop, the mirror is shaking until you get the revs up. Then that smooths out. One of the smoothest motorcycles I've ridden on the highway is a Harley Road King. It just lofted along, crystal clear image in the mirror. But at a stoplight, it was shaking like crazy. That's just that design. You still don't have to shoulder check. You can look in your mirror. Here's a little tip from Clinton that will help you. If your mirror is shaking, simply bob your head up and down at the correct frequency, and it's a crystal clear. No, I'm kidding. Shoulder check. It could save your life at a stop. Really important. Now, I brought a bike. It's pointing the wrong way. This is my Yamaha FZ09. It's a 2016, and I used it at motorcycle shows for quite a while to do demonstrations of kind of what we're talking about. But Jason won't let me ride it around in the office. So a company in Calgary added this for demonstration purposes, but they sell them. So I have 4 of them now on different bikes. This little bracket is from a company out west called Add More Lighting. And as you put on your brakes, the stock brake light on the Yamaha is fantastic, but this added light will pulsate. You can hook it up with your cell phone for different flashing frequencies, and it's a lot brighter. And for turn signals, it's just a little bit more than the stock one. I just noticed I have a light out on that. How safe a guy is Chief Instructor Clinton, got a bulb out. Well, they do blow. But this system gives me a little more confidence when riding in traffic that people may see that I'm stopping. Be careful applying added on features to your stock vehicle though. For instance, in Ontario, it's against the law to have a flashing modulating headlight. I was told by someone at the ministry that a pulsing strobe light could cause an epileptic event for someone that suffers from epilepsy. So you can flash your high beam on and off. I don't know why you would, but you can't have a pulsing headlight legally. But the brake light, you can flash it with either a system like this or by yourself, just to make yourself a little bit brighter in traffic. We talked about what you would wear when riding. I normally ride, especially in the spring, with lots of layers on. I'm skinny, I feel the cold, but I buy black jackets sometimes, but I'll put a yellow vest on top, just so I stand out. I never stood out in life, but I want to stand out in traffic. Last summer, it was an extremely hot day in July. I'm riding home from work, gas lights on. I should have gassed up at work because I buy the gas and it's cheaper. But anyway, I pull into a pump. I'm standing there. Now there's sweat dripping down in my helmet because I'm fully geared up. I've got enduro pants on, an enduro jacket with a spine protector, the vest on top of that, gauntlet gloves, boots, and a yellow Arai. My old Arai is yellow. This is my new one. I don't know if you can see it, but it's multicolored. So I'm standing there gassing up, and I hear potato, potato, potato. Guy in a bike's coming in. And we exchange the motorcycle greeting. You all know it. And he's looking at me. I'm looking at him. He's dressed in a little white t-shirt with the arms cut off shorts, flip-flops, no socks, and it looked like a black cereal bowl on his head with a strap. I'm sure it was legal. No gloves, no eye protection, just came off the highway as I had. And we're looking at each other and we're both thinking exactly the same thing. What an idiot. He can't believe on a gorgeous day like today why some moron like me would be in this full gear, hot, sweaty. But I really believe, having fallen off of motorcycles, especially dirt bikes, thousands of times on the street, I've had 3 crashes, all single vehicle, thank God. All my fault. I'll tell you about those later. I dress for the crash, not for the temperature. Well, I dress for the temperature, but not to get a suntan. I dress for the skid. If I'm sliding down the road, I want something really thick and substantive between my skin and the road. And so I'm looking at him thinking, you haven't fallen off a motorcycle before, have you, buddy? But we exchanged pleasantries. I'd ridden his style of bike a lot. When I used to teach at a course at Shannonville, it was cruiser school at Fast with Michelle Mercier. So we got to ride Buells and Harleys all day long. It was awesome. So it's up to you. A lot of people say, you know what, I'm just driving to get milk. I don't need my boots on. I don't need my jacket. It's a nice day. You should know statistically, most incidents, car and bike, happen within 10 kilometers of your residence. So as soon as I read that, I said to my wife, that's it, pack up, we're moving. No, very bad joke. But why does that happen? I think it's because we've driven down that road, taken the right by the bus stop thousands of times to get home. So our awareness skills have relaxed a little bit because you're almost home. And in residential areas, people are far more likely to roll through a stoplight than they will in busy Yonge and Jarvis traffic, Yonge and Dundas, sorry. If it's a red light, they probably won't roll through it. But a stop sign, a lot of people don't come to a full stop and they may not see you. So it's really important to dress for the ride. If you can't be bothered getting suited all up, take the car to go pick up milk.
Clinton,
Yes,
may I interrupt for just a moment?
please.
I want to bring to your attention the time.
How are we doing on time?
11:07. Everyone is thoroughly enjoying your presentation, the content, the questions, the comments, the laughs, the giggles. It's all there. And what I would like to know is now an opportunity for us to field some questions and potentially have Jason field those questions for you.
Perfect.
Is
And I
that
have 2 minutes, Kyra, to wrap it up.
Yes, because I think if I don't give you those 2 minutes, I will have 162 people email me.
Okay, just 2 minutes.
Okay.
You know what the problem was? I started talking about Christos and Greece. I got carried away with stories. The other quick summation of things to be aware of for riding in city traffic. A lot of accidents happen single vehicle, cornering. I highly recommend you take a course like Fast at Shannonville or Turn 6, not to become a road racer or to be able to drag a knee on an on-ramp on the 401, but it teaches you the physics of how to steer a motorcycle. Because many people get into a corner, realize they're going too fast, and they panic and drop the throttle and get on the brakes. Well, a motorcycle stands up when that happens and it won't go around the corner. So get some cornering skills. The other thing is people fall off when they lose traction. Bit of sand on the road, little gravel washed up in the spring. They get on the brakes, the front wheel slips a little. Take, little plug for our school, we have a curriculum for street riders who haven't done dirt. We get you on a dirt bike, hammer the back brake on as hard as you can, no ABS. And the skidding back tire might step out a little bit. We teach, point the headlight where you want to go. The rest of the bike will follow. So we have a lot of YouTube videos. Some of them we'll put up on this presentation, thanks to Kyra. And one of them